thanks for coming, everybody. This is a speech on how to prepare for a music festival. Festivals are growing and growing. Every year, more and more people are going to their first ever festival, so it's important to have a good grounding for how to make sure you have a good time. A lot of people think it's super easy. You just buy a ticket, you go, you have a good time, but that can be bring you back to reality on the second day when your legs are jello, you have a pounding headache, your phone's dead, and you ruined your second and third day because you weren't prepared. So I'll show you how to prepare for a music festival so you have a good time. The first step is choosing a festival that'll be right for you. There's plenty of them out there, and it'll take a lot of research to find one that you'll enjoy. So definitely start by researching. First thing would be genre, because if you like electronic music, you may go to EDC. If you like metal music, you might go to Knotfest. If you like multiple genres, you may go to Coachella. So definitely find which genre works for you first, and then move on to pricing. Once you know what your budget is for a ticket, then you'll go from there to kind of looking within your budget, because festivals can be anywhere from $200 to $2,000 a ticket, depending on what you're looking for. And then also it's important to think about if you want a festival where you're just going to go home after, or if you are going to camp. Things like that are also something to include when thinking about which festival is right for you. Once you have decided which festival is right for you, it's time to start saving and paying for your festival. Festivals can be pretty expensive, so one of the top things I would say is to look for payment plans. A lot of festivals will have payment plan options to make your ticket price a lot easier to handle. You pay it over month. Then start thinking about if you're going to need to fly there, if you're going to drive, if you're going to be camping, if you need a hotel, things like that. And then look at Airbnb or Turo to save money on your rentals if you are going that route. And then as far as saving, you'll need to save for other expenses as well, because you'll probably have drinks, food, things like that. You'll need a lot of extra money when you go. So in order to do that, thepennyhoarder.com has a list of ways to save, and some of those would include just setting up a second savings account so that you can just put money in that and not touch it. But if you're like me who can't save money, you can also download apps like Digit or Capital, which will just take money out of your paycheck when you get paid and put it right into a saving account. And you can even set up deadlines on it where you can't access the money before a certain date to help you save. Make sure you've got enough for your festival. Alright, once you got it paid for, it's time to start preparing your body. If you're super out of shape, a festival could be really hard for you. The last festival I went to, my Fitbit said I did about between 30 and 50 miles over the weekend. So if you're not ready for that, it can be pretty hard and extreme on your legs especially. So get on a routine beforehand. 1 or 2 months before maybe, start just preparing yourself for the festival. RunnersWorld.com has an article for preparing for a half marathon that I thought had some really good tips that could help you prepare your body for a festival as well. They say to start by logging 10 to 15 miles a week per week for a couple of weeks, and then start amping it up, doing more and more. You can do it outside, on a treadmill, whatever you'd like. Eventually, the week before your festival, try and log 25 to 30 miles throughout a week before your festival, but then make sure you give yourself 3 days to rest before the festival so you're not dead when you get there. Alright, and then it's time to pack the essentials. You want to make sure that you have everything you need when you get there, because once you're there, especially if it's a camping festival, you can't leave. So, number one advice I'd have is to find a packing list on a site. There's tons of sites out there that'll have lots of different info for you. Really good one is festivalsurvivalguide.com, where they have something called the Ultimate Packing List that has all of your normal essentials, but it'll also have a lot of things you might overlook that could be detrimental to miss. Some of those are portable chargers, maybe with a solar panel, Febreze for your tent if you've got a few people in there, a tent lock, flag to mark your tent, first aid kit, lotion, vitamins, things like that. So it's good to make sure you have a list that you can follow and check off as you go. Make sure you don't forget anything. And yeah, at that point, as long as you have decided what festival you're going to go to, saved and paid for your trip, prepared your body, and packed the essentials, you'll be ready to attend your first festival and hopefully have a great time.
That was perfect.
Thanks, guys.
I like how you didn't just say